Here we are with applications of systems. We are going to be creating equations from word problem situations or scenarios. So, first things first, we're going to talk about the little acronym GUESS. GUESS gives us the steps necessary to be able to get the information and create the equations we're going to need to solve to be able to get our answer for the unknowns. So we're going to begin with the G. G stands for givens. Now, luckily, we're never left hanging. We're always given some sort of information, givens. And this is normally found in the word problems. And I'm going to call it in the scenario. The U stands for the unknowns. Sorry, y'all. My pens are giving me problems. The next piece, after we have our givens and then we get our unknowns from the questions, we're going to go ahead and formulate our equations. Sometimes it's just one equation, but in this case, because it's systems, we're going to have more than one. After that, we're going to go ahead and solve. And then there's different ways to solve for what we're looking for. After that, we're going to go ahead and create the sentence and a statement. So statement or sentence, telling us what it is that we solve for and what it means. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with what we've been talking about as far as the acronym goes. So first thing we're going to do is talk about our givens. So let's talk about our givens in the word problem. So we know that a rectangular field is 12 feet longer than it is wide, and its perimeter is 76 feet. Well, we know that we have a rectangle. So we're going to go ahead and draw a rectangle. It's 12 feet longer than it is wide. So we know that it's wide, but we know that the length is 12 feet longer than the width. Another given is that the perimeter is 76. So we're going to go ahead and put P is 76. Find the width. Well, that statement right there, the find the width, that's our unknown. So the unknown is the width. We're going to also be able to make some notes right here. We do know that perimeter is at all the sides. It's the sum of all the sides, so we're going to have to add all the sides. So we have our givens, we have our unknowns, and now we're going to go ahead and talk about our equations. So the equations take a little bit more brain power because, well, we have to put stuff together. So we know that the perimeter is 2 of the length plus 2 of the width. And how do we get that? Well, we know it's the length plus the width plus the width. And I'm going to put this in a little puffy cloud because that's something that should be in the back of my head. Length plus width plus width. That's one equation. The other equation that we know is that the length is 12 more than the width. So we know this piece. We know these two pieces are what we need to be able to solve for the width. Well, now we're going to go ahead and solve. So that would be the next piece, is the S, to solve. So I know that the perimeter is 76, so I'm going to go ahead and substitute that value in. So 76 is twice, well, I have the length as 12 plus W. Let me make that more clear. So it's 12 plus W, that's the length. And I'm going to go ahead and substitute that in also. That's being added to 2W to be able to start solving. So we're going to go ahead and solve using what we know and what we've been doing all year long. So we're going to go ahead and distribute this to 2 times the 12 and 2 times the W. So we have 76 is equal to 24, because 2 times 12 is 24, plus 2 times W is 2W, plus the 2W. Combine like terms. And we're going to go ahead and start solving. Go ahead and solve, and then come back and check your answer. So we come out to 13 equals W. You're going to go back and double check. Does this give us the unknown that we started looking for? Yes, it does. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the last S, which is give the statement. So the width of the rectangle is 13. Don't forget your units. Go back to what we started with. Feet. Everything was in feet. So we know we did everything right. It's 13 feet. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final answer. So this is what Ms. Carby is going to be looking for. Make sure you give your answers in a statement. Go ahead and work on number 2 on your own. Give it a try. And I'll be walking around double checking to see if you start this right. So number 2, don't forget to use guess.